Top Recruit is brought to you by Corky's Pest Control.
I'm here joined by Brennan Jackson, defensive end for Great Oak. Brennan, you were highly recruited, several offers on the table for you, but you ultimately decided on Washington State. Take me back to the specific moment when you just knew Washington State it was.
It was on my first visit there. I was in the locker room, and I was with one of the coaches there, and he was just taking me through it all, and then he was like, "Oh, I want to show you this," and I was like, "What is that?" He's like, "Well, this garage door here that opens up straight to the field," and I was like, "You're kidding, right?" And so he opens that up, and I just see Martin Stadium right there, just all light up. Because I said the other day, I was like, I want to see the banner they have. Put that on for me, and have my name across it. And I was like, yeah, this is it. It's over. That's it right there. Just such a great atmosphere there. I loved it every minute of it. And I was like, but that moment especially, I was like, yeah, this is where I want to be. What
main attributes do you feel that you're going to contribute there next year?
Coach Grinch, he's all about speed D. And that pass rush they have, the Pac-12 is all about passing the ball now. And he's like, we need your speed off the edge, and I feel like that's the main thing I can bring there. Coach Mike Barney, my head coach from Pop Warner, he's always seen that speed off the edge for me, so I was like, that's what I'm gonna bring there.
Take me back to when you received your first ever offer. Where were you, what were you doing, and bring me back to the emotions.
Okay, so I was actually in English class with Jack Lamb over there, and we were just sitting there, and there was a tweet, and it was like, Brennan Jackson and Jack Lamb both offered by California. I was like, yeah, this is a prank, I'm not actually getting offered by California, right? And then Jack ended up calling Armand Hawkins, who's ground zero, and he ended up saying, yeah, it's true, and I was just flipped out. It was the greatest experience of my life, and my mom, of course, already found out, and she came to meet me in the hall in school, which, people would see as embarrassing, but it was a great moment, honestly.
What was it like to share that moment with your teammate?
It was awesome. We were both ecstatic. It was his second offer, and it was my first one. But you can't really, go back to that and experience that. But it was amazing.
Take me back to what Mom said.
She just gave me a big hug and was like, "I can't believe you did it. We've been working so hard since day one. This is your dream." And I was like, "Yeah, it is." I couldn't really speak at that. I was speechless. It was just all that hard work, and my mom's put so much time into it, and it was just really special to give that to her, because she just always wanted this for me.
Speaking of hard work, take us through the moments that people don't see.
Well, it's a lot of long nights. You have to, if you really want to play at the next level, you really have to dedicate yourself to it. Football's not a game you can just, be good at and you expect to go to the next level. You really have to work hard. And there's a lot of nights in the weight room doing the extra set you don't want to do. And it's a grind. From day one, it's been a grind. I'm just so happy it all paid off.
What has the grind of football taught you about yourself?
It's all that I don't give up. I face a lot of adversity. I've just learned that I don't give up easily, and I can, get through a lot of stuff like that and just push me to my limits, and I've, been able to go harder. My coach always says, there's going to be a time where you feel like you can't do it, but that's just your mind telling you can't. Your body can do more. You can exceed all expectations, and that's just what I've lived by.
Tell me what you think sets you apart from others, not only as a defensive end, but as a man.
I'm just very dedicated to if I love something, I'm going to, invest all my time into it. And I study the game of football. I love football. But I spend those time going over game film, talking to my coaches, really getting connection with them, seeing what I can do better. That just translates over to the classroom too. I always talk to my teachers, see what I can do better in the class, because, if I'm going to be doing something and I find passion in it, I want to give my 110% effort, and you got to go overtime to that too.
Speaking of the classroom, you have a 4.1 GPA. How do you not only thrive on the field, but in the classroom as well?
My mom's in my ear all the time. A B is not acceptable. So, just having her there, as a support system. My dad also too. Just telling me, you got to do better in the classroom. You got to, put all your effort into studies and just as much as you do in football. And it's really helped me because, teachers, they all know you play football, you're going to have a busy schedule. But they really worked with me. And, I've seen a lot of growth in my academics. I'm just really happy I got to this point.
You've mentioned your mom a lot. Talk to me about the impact she's had on you.
The biggest impact you can possibly have. She's, my #1 fan. She's, really pushed me through this entire journey. I really couldn't be where I am without her. That's honest to God. She is my #1 motivator.
Is there a specific coach that you've had that will always leave a lasting impression on you?
That is Coach Mike Barney from Pop Warner. He was the person who really, gave me that drive and commitment to play football. It was my first year, and obviously I was just trying all my sports. I was a little kid. You want to try everything. And he just, sparked with me when I talked to him. He was like, "Do you want to play football?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, for you." And he's just that coach. He's always pushed me, and he saw the potential in me that a lot of people didn't see. And without him, I wouldn't be where I am also. I mean, he's just an amazing person. Off the field and on the field, he's just an amazing coach. And I mean, I have to thank him so much for everything that he's given for me.
What's the most inspirational thing that he ever told you?
Honestly, biggest thing is never be complacent. Never be content where you are. You always got to work harder. And when I got that first offer, I went to talk to him, obviously, because he's helped me like tremendously over the years. And he's like, you can't be complacent. You have to keep working harder. You can't be content with this. Get back out there, grind even harder. And then that's where I was like, okay, coach, like get back to the weight room, keep working.
You're in your senior season, and every Friday night that you take the field, you're inching closer and closer to closing the chapter on high school football. Is there a specific moment that you'll always remember? And take me to the emotions you feel as you're getting close to saying goodbye.
I remember the first game, Coach Robinson pulled me up. I was walking out on the track by the Red Wave and just hearing the fans. I mean, this is our student section. I mean, you don't see this at every high school. Just hearing the passion and the spirit they have for this school, and hearing Mr. Red, it's one of our teachers here. He's my AP Calc teacher. I mean, just hearing the spirit he has for the school. I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, I'll never forget that. It's really. No really words to describe it, because when you get here freshman year, you're thinking I have so much time, 40 games of high school, and really be able to make my impact. And then when it gets to 3, it gets to 2, it's just, I mean, it really makes you reflect on what you've done in high school. I mean, I'm just at a loss for words. I mean, I've loved every minute of it, every single loss, every single win, every pregame meal, every single time running out in front of the Red Wave. I mean, I'm gonna miss it. I'm really gonna miss it.
How do you want people here to remember the name Brennan Jackson?
Honestly, just someone who's a really hard worker and, respected everybody. I mean, I make it, a goal of mine to meet someone new every week. I mean, that's what my dad always tells me. Just, you see someone on the ground, at lunch, not having anyone to talk to, go talk to them, make a new friend. And then, I really live by that, because my dad's a really amazing person, and I look up to him a lot in that kind of sense. So, I just try and do that for him every single week, and I love doing it, meeting new people.
The next 5 years, what do they look like for you, Brennan?
Hopefully, that's the dream, NFL, of course. But if not, I want to get a business degree, and I want to, end up being a CEO, hopefully, or just anything in that kind of business area, maybe an accountant. But, I just really want to be successful in life, and I'm going to push for it. I'm not going to be complacent, like my coach told me.
Well, we're excited to follow your journey. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck in the future.
Thank you.